Hey guys, how's it going? January 26th, 2022. Let me just get through here. I'll let the chat go for a second and then I'll figure out. There I am. Had to find myself on my laptop. Okay. 1 second, guys. Just popping out the chat here. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Ah, look at that. A live stream about that I can actually respond to. So here's the non-Railroads Online long-awaited thoughts on Run8 version 3. I do not have the program. So a lot of information is still trying to be, and believe me, I've been looking for all the information I can, and it is crazy. Shoot, I should have gone through my email real quick. Can I do it? Can I do it without getting into certain things? Well, let's see here. That's not too much of a problem. Oh, that's it. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to see was that. Okay, no. Let me download it. Thank you. Let me download the good stuff. Get rid of my email. Okay. Showing everybody my emails. Jesus, Murphy. Okay, so what do we got that has changed date-wise? Let me pop everything out of. So the important changes, that was the big document. Key binding changes in version 3. Version 3 important changes. Okay, that looks like the same thing. January 18th, January 25th. Uh-oh, Quincy's there. I do as I told you yesterday, there will be a lot of weed. I do as I told you yesterday, there's a lot of weed through. I'm still trying to relearn it all, so much is forgotten. Yeah. Okay, January 18th. Auto server setup, I've already checked. I don't care about derailments, although that's interesting. Redistributables, I don't even know what the hell that's about. Locomotive failures, interesting. There's a lot of things that are really cool about this, I must say. But then it comes down to this thing right here. First, we'll go through the important changes. I don't know which one's what. They both look the same to me, so one's got a capital and one's got a short form. So I'm gonna, if you guys want to see this, just go to the Run8 site. I'm going to go through and tell you what I'm interested. Root loading now. Root loading is interesting. First of all, I am very interested in this, but I don't think it's going to do what I want. And I'm also into Railroads Online. That being said, I got a conflict right now because now I'm like, okay, well, this is something that I've always wanted, a version 3, waited for how many friggin' years it seems, and then boom, there it is. No notice, no nothing, just throw it out there. I remember version 2, we were waiting for. It was like I'd go to their website and just refresh. This thing I barely even thought about. You know, I'd bitch and complain and throw a few softballs out there, just to see, you know, what reactions I'd get. But other than that, I didn't give a shit. So root loading, as before in the main menu, with the current. So this is interesting. You can mouse select. So what's happening here? This is a big one, and it's a good one. Because what they've done is I didn't realize the root loading actually loaded every single friggin' root into memory, which is nuts. Which is why probably a lot of the resource issues were happening. I assume. But it seems like it's a lot better now because load in the roots you want, which to me makes a hell of a lot of sense. But Automatic dispatching is now available in Run 8 and is toggled on or off in the F3 to see. Yep. ABS mode, don't give a shit. Some DS screens are now multi-paged. Yep, goody. And I think the DS screens that I've seen look really cool. Traction motor temperature, cool. Units can derail, cool. Manned helper operations, don't give a shit, but whatever. Locomotive failures, cool. Locomotive numbering, user database, cool. EOT devices, cool. I don't know what the hell that is. EMD airflow gauges, sounds good. If it helps it more of a realistic, whatever. That's cool. Refactored hump controller code to be more efficient. Okay, sure. Turntables, don't give a shit. The shadow system, cool, whatever. Train updating code. Parallel limit, I don't know what the hell this is. Reduces the stutter, and it does look a lot smoother. Very nice. Barstow Yard, very nice. More tracks, yes. North has a 6, south has a 6. I thought one had a 6 and one had a 5 when I was looking at a thing, but whatever. Hump underpass, I don't know if that's prototypical, but I guess it is. And the car repair yard has been moved over, yes, nice. Hump yard now has 26 bull tracks, that's better. We're getting there. I think Barstow actually has more tracks than that, but hey. Florida can do it, but I don't know. Guess it's too much for California. Local yard and inbound receiving yard track has been moved. Whatever. WJ control point is now a real thing. Usable from the DS screen. Well, the question I have with that is, okay, who the hell controls Barstow? Is that when you got AI dispatcher going? Do you have to talk to the AI dispatcher to get in and out of Barstow, and flick the switches and all that other shit? I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Because I was watching a guy today, he couldn't figure it out, so I'm like, I don't know. Whatever. Works fine, yeah, Barstow hump, blah, blah, blah. EMD diesel, whatever. On the West Coast route signals, yep. Oh, that's good. That's, instead of the diverging, it doesn't show them all restricting. Alerter, cool. Class lights, cool. You can board and dismount, yeah, whatever. Coupler draft, I have no idea. Audio system, really cool. I've listened to it, I've heard it. Sounds awesome, and I would love to take my surround sound and give it a shot. Although I don't know if it's true surround sound on the computer, but whatever. What's Quincy saying? The only thing that pissed me off, we are waiting almost 3 years for the upgrade. It should have been free. No, this is deserving of a new version. There's enough shit in here that this is deserving of a new version. What I don't like, and I'll say this, what I don't like is the public relations. Everybody talks about the wonderful customer service, and John's been working overtime, and their servers shit, and all this other stuff. You know, friggin' computers are going at you, and all, you know, because they're trying to intimidate you that you're a pirate or something. Haha. I mean, I love John's sense of humor. Don't get me wrong, and for the most part, I think John has this cool, dry sense of humor. I got a dry sense of humor too. Really cool, very nice. But yeah, so Fmod is standard with ATS. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, so that's good, and I heard the sounds. It sounds really good. So very nice. I don't know much about Fmod and all that other shit, but it sounds good. True full screen. Cool. Do the above as well as running menu system, blah, 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 or whatever. Slow speed, uses current speed. Oh, this is cool, too. It's, I don't know about that. Maybe that wasn't what I was thinking about that. There's something about the slow speed. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's something in it. They said it somewhere. I don't know. It's not here. They talked about it. Setting slow speed fixed to 0 causes the sim to use your current speed. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyways, I heard something about it. But whatever. For guys who like to watch bar graphs, I don't. Cool, whatever. Couple of options menu. Yeah, there's some cool shit there. Whatever. EOTs, that sounds good. Engines head out. I thought that was already there. Oh, it's improved. I don't know. Train maker upper. Yeah, they've changed some stuff with the train maker upper, so yeah, that's neat. Retainer valves, don't care. Version 3 air brakes, don't care. If they're better, cool. I don't care. Realistic indie braking, don't care. I mean, a lot of people care about this shit. Realistic train handling, like that. Cut in, cut out, don't care. Realistic train handling, parking, and I'm sure a lot of engineers will like this shit. Version 3 did not bleed the brake pipes. Okay, yeah, well, now they do. Bottle the air, bleed the air. Cool, whatever. As long as it lets me kick cars, I don't give a shit. Auxiliary reservoir. You notice I'm talking about, like, as long as it lets me, as if I'm going to get this. Don't read too much into that, please. We haven't got to anything yet. I'm just foreseeing what I care about here. Version 2 air brake option, whatever. Dynamic brakes, okay, they can skid, goody goody. Volume controls, locomotive controls. Flashing ditch lights, that's kind of cool too because it now does a timing thing. Industry tags and track dots have been changed from light purple to red orange for more better readability. AI humping, very cool. As far as I know, everything does what it's. The only thing it doesn't do is it's not smart enough to know that the bowl is overfilling, which means you need a system like RTS. Cha-ching. Not cha-ching as if I can make money. Not that I want to. Not on this shit. AI headlight courtesy dimming. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Oh, what do you got here? Yeah, the radio silence for 2 years. The auto crap made me giggle because... Yeah, I know. I thought that was funny too. But I can honestly say that the few hours I did tinker with it left me with quite an impression. Well, that's good. Load save menu. Enter description if desired. Ooh. There is now only one menu for loading and saving scenarios while in the sim, whereas before in version 2 we had 2 menus depending if you wanted to save or save as. If you open... enter the description. Note, if you enter a file name that already exists, it will get overridden. Does it warn you? While save as save as the listing existing scenarios. The listing of existing scenarios is disabled. Remove the text from the save as whatever. Consequences for rail unit defects. I love it. Spawn points. This is another good one. I don't know if but can now be created, edited, and deleted. Spawn points are the type of special locations. Special locations govern AI behavior in various ways. I don't get this because I'm trying to read into this one. What the hell does that mean? I know about the spawn points, and I know about to create a new spawn point / special location. What the hell? Open the TMU window, add a locomotive, and I'm going to look into this because I already looked at the other file about AI dispatching and didn't say jack shit that I saw. You got this little ghost unit. The special location tool will open will open automatically and allow you to rename it and adjust various aspects of the new spawn point. We highly suggest you rename it. Well, what does it got? Various aspects. What? You can now set up the new spawn point as you would any other AI traffic generation. You can now set up the new spawn point as you would any other from the AI traffic generation window as you are used in the previous version of Run8. Cool. Press left shift 1, open the special locations will show their markers on the tracks. Mouse select the desired marker, the special location tool will populate itself in the selected information. You can change the type of selected special location. Once finished, note, special locations are saved into each AI special locations.r8 file. We highly suggest making backup copies, blah blah blah. Only spawn points showing in the AI traffic generation window. The other types of special locations are not used for AI spawning, but for other AI behaviors. I'm totally confused. Is anybody following this shit? Because my brain can't handle that. Conversely, if you have modified this file, it's your responsibility to keep a backup. Yeah, okay. Because a later sim update may over... Yeah, I know that. Okay. You cannot edit, create, delete special locations when in multiplayer. I didn't think you can do anything in multiplayer, but whatever. Distance counter, that's cool. Red flags and fuses, that's really cool. Auto EOT, yeah. Rendering of reflections, okay. DPU realism enhancements, cool. I don't know, it's got all kinds of shit. Looks neat. Don't care. Whatever. Signal and response delay. Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen that. That's cool. Train tags. A new train tag has been added to the cycle, allowing you to see a train's loads, empties, tons. Yeah, that's cool. F2 network menu. Oh, yeah. On the client test, server data and passwords are now hidden. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, I missed that note. Note, hosts still show their data in the menu. Industry manager. In the past, when AI trains were being generated and the industry manager couldn't find a car... Okay, yeah, you used to do the help. I've done that before. Rail driver, user windows. We implemented a customers allowing text files to be displayed in the sim. I don't know why, but whatever. You asked, we listened. The escape key. Really? I didn't know what anybody asked. Shit, don't look for me for help because I'm still figuring. I'm trying to get help from anybody because I don't want to buy anything that's going to piss me off later on. You know what I mean? I just don't. I got my Railroads Online. I'm happy. It's cool. Yeah, what is it? 6 o'clock. Good. Slack action on a network. Okay. Train link 2, radio EOT. Very nice. Whatever. Battery low, all that other shit. Cool, whatever. I mean, when I say don't care, I mean, a lot of this stuff I'm sure is cool. But it's over my head, so whatever. Version 3 has a mode for server only as well as the ability to auto start. That's cool. See the user guides folder for PDFs on these two features. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, the 4 view has been modified. Cool. Doors and windows, cool. Unit alarm, train line alarm, flashing solid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can tell what the failure is and all kinds of other shits. That's neat. Maximum units within train 250. Anybody who does that's an idiot. But anyways. Handling of existing version, even he says it, so yeah. Handling existing version 2. If you had both version 2 and 3 installed in Run8 Studios folder, you can run or rerun version 3's main installer, and it will attempt to copy and update existing version 2 DLC into version 3. Installation of... Yeah. Okay. I'll probably have to install everything from scratch if I do it. That's assuming they would even let me in. They might not like me. It makes my conflicted nature very simple. They don't let me in, then I can just bitch about that. Okay, Auto DS. Honestly, if you're gonna pull the trigger, wait a little while before you do. Thanks, Quincy. I agree, and I will. But I'll tell you, I've been thinking a lot about this. Now, from what I understand, this has potential, but it misses a lot. I'll say what it misses, from what I understand. First of all, they talked about putting a friggin' real schedule in, a Mobeta schedule or whatever. I remember seeing this somewhere. That they were going to put in a proper scheduling system for these trains. They've had years to do it, and they still haven't. This was back in version 2, it was mentioned. I remember. It was like when I first saw it, I thought, what the hell is this? This random bingo ball bullshit. It's like, tell me when a train comes, what an approximate time. TD3's been doing it for years. Is it that hard to figure out? I mean, come on. Not to mention that the random number generation sucked in version 2, and I imagine it hasn't changed any because I don't expect it. I don't expect a peon like myself to get my interest. And don't get me wrong, 90% of the people are going to love this. They're just going to love this. They're going to eat this up. This is going to bring in more people to Run8. Just based on, well, I don't know about that. Let me think about that one for a second. I think the auto dispatcher will, because now you're getting into a lot of realms, free roaming realms multiplayer. Nobody does multiplayer like Run8. Sorry, nobody does it. Nobody. They've got multiplayer down perfect, or as close to perfect as you can possibly get. Nobody does it any better. As far as train simulator, they had the best train simulator on the planet. They just improved it drastically. So we know what they're good at. And to their credit, they pushed a lot of things in this I didn't expect them to. Auto DS, I never expected to it. And there's people bitching about it, and I'm like, give it a rest. First of all, okay, I'm going to bitch a few things about it, but it's not going to be about the auto dispatching part. That part's fine. Would I like to see more? Of course I would. But it's not going to be as good as a human. That's why they don't have AI dispatchers on territories that have 100 plus trains a day. Or anything even smaller than that. They still use humans. Why do they use humans? Because, I mean, the only place that they use auto dispatching for the most part, and there are a few places where they've attempted it. The most places this happens is commuter scheduled type routes. I've seen it done there. Oh, Scott, there he is. They might not have missed it, but it could be coming in later updates. It's just a matter of when and where. They might not have missed it. I don't know. I'm quite sure a lot of things will be coming down the pipes. Okay. I'm in no rush. You've always wanted to schedule features since day one for the most part. Yep. So I don't think it. I mean, some people are. I know I'm not the only one who's asked for it, because James was asking for it on Train Sim. He put a post to me and he said they have what could have been the ultimate, and they were so close to getting this, and yet all they had to do was make a few minor tweaks and maybe listen to a few people. But then again, people who want operations are the minority. People who want to drive trains and not have to dispatch their own lines and see choo-choos running by, those are the majority. And they don't give a shit, of anything else other than the fact that, whatever their loudest supporters are, I guess. I don't know. Happiest supporters? Butt-kissing supporters? I don't know what the hell it is. Auto DS, let's see. Let's go back into this. I looked at this earlier. Auto DS would have been suitable for LA. Yeah, auto dispatchers would have been suitable for LA, plain and simple. I don't know. In real life, you mean? Like an actual... Yeah, I don't know about that, but... Auto, okay, so auto the automatic dispatcher because we thought AIDS was too edgy. Allow for automatic dispatching of user and AI trains. Okay. I'm not too sure, too, if enabling the auto dispatcher actually enables operations in Barstow. I haven't figured that one out yet. Auto is useful in multiplayer sessions where there's nobody available to DS. Or if perhaps a DS only wants to control certain routes, he's also useful for single player. The single player crowd who just want, I love that word, who just want to watch or run trains and not worry about DS stuff. He almost even makes the needle sub fun. He almost even makes the needle sub fun. Okay. Auto is not perfect. Yeah, I didn't expect perfection. So they generally prioritize. With a user train will generally get a bit more priority over its AI counterpart. Why? Hey, whatever. Please note that this only applies to the order the auto will consider trains. If you're sitting on an Amtrak, you'll be considered first or almost first. But if he can't route you, guess what? That M train next to you on Main 2 might just get a routing before you. It's a cruel world sometimes. Train symbols. Okay, so so the first three letters are origin, and the last. There may also follow a second dash followed by a 2-digit number denoting day of the month of the origin of the train. Don't forget to use a delimiter. The system expects them. Yeah, and I know some people were doing this and they didn't have them. If you use a solid string with no delimiter, auto can't properly parse the symbol and misroutings will occur. Okay. But here you don't have the delimiters. Dispatcher of player trains if you have just taken control. Contacted him, yep. Overhead menus, I like that. Request signals, the reverser forward determines what direction you're headed. Request departure from yard, request next signal. Alright. Oh, I see. Request signal uses this as an absolute style. This is really normal and puts you into the system. Same as well, but you'll see this if you're at Barstow or similar yards that have yard exit signals. Okay. Mainline authority, yeah, that's cool. Manual override of auto. Train spawning protection, yeah. Host disabled. There's a host option to completely disable auto, which the host can set, which prevents auto from being engaged at all during a session. If a client attempts to enable auto, he'll receive the message that auto is disabled by the host. See, I don't know when that ends. I hear they go inside the yards. So I'm real curious as to there's a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out here. Derailments, I don't care. Redistributals, I don't know what the hell that is. What is that? Oh, okay. Don't care about that then. Locomotive failures, that's interesting. Save server only EOT devices. Yeah, see, then we get into the 2020 manned helper operations, renumbering locomotives. See, this is like 2020, 2018. There's a whole whack of 2018s. These look like these look, this is all version 2. See, it says Run8 version 2 stuff. There's a lot in here that looks like version 2 documents. I think that is 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I think that would be possibly version 2. Maybe. I don't know. So, it was too much for one person to deal with. Yes, I agree. Which is why this is going to be... I can already tell by looking at the train sim crowd that there's a lot of people who had given up on Run8, like myself, who will now give it a shot. Or, go back into it or whatever. I don't think they were ever into it, but anyways. People like myself who were into it, like really into it, and then slowly got tired of it based on lack of clients or too large territories. Now there's interesting too. There's a lot that I'm expecting, regardless of what happens. This is where it gets interesting. So when you go to Run8 Studios, and it talks about the auto dispatching, which looks really cool. The AI humping looks cool. As far as I know, all it does is it stops at the end. Sounds are great. And the weather, for sure. All that's neat. New regions. Now, I say new regions. I haven't heard anything more about the new regions. We heard about new regions for a few years now. So I'm still... I guess now it has the ability to do new regions, but I don't know of anything that's currently on the pipe. This is funny. There's your last update. November 25th, 2019, and then they put this out. No warning, no nothing, and then, boom, the whole website changes, and everybody loses their mind. Press releases. Yeah. So, and this thing that keeps on going back and forth where I can't even... Do they even have screenshots in here? No, of course they don't. Anyways, whatever. No. Actually, no. Put it this way. I can tell you right now. From what I understand, it's probably not going to satisfy what I want. So spending $50 US on something that is just going to confirm that it's missing something or needs improvement to get it to do what I want. No. Don't get me wrong. This has really got me thinking the last couple of days, and I'm thinking of all kinds of different ways I could possibly use it and enjoy it. I thought to myself, yeah, it'd be kind of cool going into Barstow and having all these trains run around just like I used to. And I did this. I did this towards the end of my run with Run8. I ran Barstow. I basically lined up. I think I spawned it. I had the closest spawn points I could find, and then I just ran Barstow. Well, right away, number one, there's an improvement now because you got the AI dispatcher. Number two, you got the AI humper. But, and here's the big but, what do you have to do to get these trains to come up with all these particular tags? And is it going to be somewhat random? Like, I don't mean random I know it's still going to do this whole non-scheduled bullshit. Everything's going to be run as extras. You could get this train 5 times, or this train you'll never get. I'm okay with that. I mean, honestly, that's not the biggest thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the schedule. The schedule, yes, they should have it. Do they have it? No. Will they ever have it? Who knows? I'm okay with it. I mean, right now, as far as I know, you can't even run a passenger schedule. I don't think. You could spawn a train at a certain time and prevent it from doing certain other times. I mean, that's the other thing too. You can spawn whatever you want, I guess. But then how does it, like the way it used to do it, and this is where I haven't found any information on. The way it used to do it back in version 2 was you would have local trains and you would have the non-local trains. The non-local trains didn't have tags. So how did you get around to do that? You created dummy destinations. So, and Scott probably remembers all this. We would create these dummy destinations all over the place. And I think you probably remember this, Scott. Those dummy destinations are what drove what we called local trains. So anything that came into that Barstow yard had those dummy destinations in there. And would always put it loads first, empties last, whatever. But it still had, and I think it blocked a lot of the cars too, which was fine. So if it can do that, that's fine. If I can look at a dispatcher's display and see what's coming in and what's not, I could pretty much from Barstow, if I want to run Barstow, I could pretty much, I don't even know. As far as I know, Barstow, for all I know, even the friggin' receiving yard might be totally automatic. It might be totally capable of doing the whole auto thing. I don't know. These are the things that I don't know. And I've been trying to find out, but I don't know. So, yeah, buying it just to save my curiosity because nobody else is going to tell me. Like, I put a post out there at Train Sim. Let's see. Do we have any answers? What? Okay. Do. All right. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Okay. I gotta digest this one. I think there are a lot of figuring out to be done. I've posed a similar question at the depot regarding trains which actually terminate or even start at a yard location within the Run8 operation. What does the dispatcher do with the trains bound for, say, West Colton? The short answer is no one seems to know. There are already reports over there of it doing strange things. Fern, there's a lot of grass in version 3, and there will always be those that are never happy. All the nice versions in version 3 way outweigh what might have now been... What? All the nice features in version 3 way outweigh what might have no being in, but I'll take what they have done and think positive. I don't know what... I had a hard time reading that. Remember, Otto, it's not human, and Otto will do some strange things to our human minds and logic. A train going to West Coast and will line itself into West Coast receiving yard and relinquish. Okay, well that's interesting. So, going into West Colton will line itself into West Colton, receiving and relinquish, just like Barstow. I'm curious. Okay. That is cool. To whatever available track there is. So the AI dispatcher, yeah, sure. Go for it, Quincy. The AI dispatcher, let's see. So the AI dispatcher So yeah, yeah. Oh no, I understand that. Um, To see if I can make it do what I want to do. I think I'm going to take your other advice and just wait and see. And basically take it from there. Like, one thing that, I mean, there's old places I used to run at, just running with, having traffic or having more sessions with traffic, and having, like, the way the one server I used to be on, we would run sessions, and it was actually the one who took over for my old RTS, with the Southwest server that still exists, but they don't have the numbers. And that being said, I mean, there's other stuff out there too. I mean, you're looking at 2 other regions and possibly more. So now all of a sudden it's just like, okay, well, wait. The Northwest is interesting to me. Although I don't know how it handles double track very well, because I've heard some things about how the dispatcher really likes to throw people onto the other track on opposing trains. Not that they're going to run into them or anything. That they just basically will hold up a lot of traffic to try to... I don't know what it is. There's a lot of tweaks, or it's obviously not perfect, which is fine. It's to be expected. But I don't expect the AI to be smart enough to do overtakes, for example. And that's something I've always thought would be really cool to see. But it is what it is. Single track lines, I think, such as Mojave, can be very interesting. Which is fine by me, because it is what it is. And I don't have to run everything. And this is the beauty thing about it, is I don't have to run everything, and I can just run what the hell I want, and people like it, they do, they don't, they don't. But at the same time, I could be running on somebody else's server and just doing whatever the hell I want. So, I mean, there's a lot of things there which is intriguing, like being on at a certain time of night, and deciding whether or not I'm going to take over as dispatcher, or things like that, and having the whole board to yourself or whatever. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting things. The dispatch boards are a little different, but I like it, and quite frankly, I would rather use that than the external dispatchers. I would much rather have what is already based in the dispatcher and go with it. Like I said, it's way too much to grasp. It's overwhelming, and that is being honest. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that with it. Now, my big thing right now, and this is really where it comes down to, is what's going on with my Discord here. So this is the Railroads Online Discord that I have. Nothing's happening today, but Wednesday's an off day, which is also an opportunity, but it's also a night that I tend to not be available between 8 and 10 p.m. So, as you can see, these are all audio channels. Voice RTS. Yes, I use voice. And it's because really I can't use a text, although I could use some form of text in this. We've never done it. this is, I mean, there's constant updates going on, and then if you go into the Railroads Online, and you look at the general chatting, what's going on, you can see this is constantly. You've got 3,573 people that are currently, listed here. Some are sleeping, some are doing whatever, but a lot of them, are online. Now they're online with that, but these are members of this Discord. You got the developers in here, assistant modelers, the music guy. Now one's on right now. The other guy's, I guess that's Do Not Disturb, which is, they're doing other things, but they're all there. Bug reports, idea boards, screenshots, lots of cool stuff. I'm not normally a Steam guy. Yeah, and flying trees too. What the hell's that? Oh, that's neat. 32 points. What the hell? I think you got something lined up there wrong. That's funny. Yeah, this for me is what my channel has become. And when you look at it, I'll show you. Let's see here. Now, let me close out Discord for now. So when you look at, let me go here. Ah, shit, I didn't want to do that. Here, can I go here? No, I don't want to do that. I want to get into my channel, but I don't want to. What is all this crap here? I don't even know what's studio manage. No, I don't want to exit the stream. Piss off. Your channel, yes. Fine. 633 subscribers. Back in October, let's go with manage videos. And let's go with analytics. And I'll show you what's going on here. Everything's up, by the way. 20 subscribers in the last 28 days. Now, if I can go into here, let's go with the last 90 days. So there we go. Last 90 days, 55 subscribers. So that takes us back to, okay. Last year, 133. I can tell you right now, the majority of those came, there it is. See? There they are, right there. There was some that came in, but the vast majority, well, views by video. Okay, that's views. All right. Subscribers. That don't seem right. Subscribers by video. Okay, wait a minute. Line chart. I don't know. Geography, viewing date, subscription status. I can't do what I wanted it to do. Okay. Anyways, you can see all the activity. This was like flatlining, and then boom. Now it has dwindled down a bit. This was when things had just started to take off. If you look at the videos, whoops, let's go back out again. Holy crap! Get me out of here. Thank you. So, top videos, I mean, you're looking at an average of at least 100 views everything that's coming through. Conflict of interest right now is already up to 43. And my views are 1.4 thousand more than usual for the last 28 days. Watch time 1.3 thousand more than usual. I have 20 compared to the previous 20. Oh, compared to the previous 28 days, I'm up 56.7%. So I'm up to another 20 subscribers this month. That's if you add in the subscribers was a little bit heavier going up. It's leveled out a bit. But I can tell you right now, there's over 100 subscribers in the last 3 months. Because I was sitting at a little over 5. I remember when I hit 500. I can't remember when I hit 500, if it was just before Railroads Online or just after it. I think it was just after it, but I could be wrong. I'm not abandoning them. I will not abandon them. Now, will I take them along for the ride? Maybe. But I'm not going to abandon my base. That old 500 subscribers don't mean shit to me at the moment, and I don't mean that to sound disrespectful for the 500 people who subscribe to me. But here's the thing. Were those 500 people all around? Some are. Quincy's here. Scott's here. What I'm saying by that is what built the base in Run8. I'm subscribed. I am subscribed to so much shit. If you look on YouTube and see all the things that I'm like, if I go like this and I look at my what I'm subscribed to, I mean, I am subscribed to so much shit that I don't even pay attention to anymore. So that's why I say that number doesn't mean as much as having plus 100 some odd subscribers. The fact is, I'm closer to 1,000 than I ever have been, and this has much more reach than Run8 does because it's much more mainstream, and it does a lot of different things. It's not exactly it wouldn't necessarily be a simulator. It's certainly not the capable anywhere near the simulator of what it once was. But you can see here, like 150, 214. I mean, that was streamed 4 days ago. I was talking about the physics. This was all after a big update came in the beta. So I do have a few here. Okay, that was a 13-second one. I do have one here that was an hour long that just didn't quite get 100. But I generally hit 100. Minute 41, that got cut off. There was a 3-hour one there that only got 86 views, 79. I'm averaging way above. That's a 10-hour one. Okay, so that's kind of skewed. Anything like that's pretty much skewed. Like if you see something that's that big, it's pretty much skewed. That's a 3-hour one for 214. Like I said, it was a pretty good one. Then again, here's another skewed one. I don't do YouTube of this on the weekends anymore. I stick to my. It's too much to make a title for all this stuff. Like this one, I just threw that in there, and figured I would do that and see what happens. Hey Mark, how's it going? We're talking Run8. Run8 for the most part. I will have. I won't be on tonight. Obviously, I'm never on Wednesday nights, but because I watch wrestling. 637. Like I said, it was too much to grab so around about it. That's something else we don't know at this point. Right now, everything is now up in the air. What was that? I must have missed that. What you were referring to? Oh, yeah, you must have been talking about new things or new regions. The thing that we were supposed to get a long time ago, but we never did. Obviously, they couldn't bring in regions under the old program. This is certainly worthy of a new version. I don't believe this. My son says this could have been in an update. No, it can't. There's no way they could have done an update like this. This is something that has taken them time. They've certainly put a lot of work into it. Their public relations suck. Or, public relations as far as not their what is it? Their customer service is good, but their public relations suck, if that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Like I said, there was such a thing going on to version 2, and then when version 3 came along, it's like, whoop, there it is. I'm like, okay. People like me and others would be yapping in the forums, and it was just like, oh yeah, whatever. And there were people around that could have said something, but I guess they couldn't have. It was all hush hush. You couldn't say anything. You couldn't. Nobody would say, "Hey, Sean, you're probably gonna be surprised at what's coming very soon." Now I knew, and I posted a video yesterday. One of my videos started trending upward, and it was a video that I posted a long time ago that said, "Did you know that Run8 version 3 is coming?" And I was being sarcastic because somebody was out there making a big thing about it. It was the last time I really talked about it. I think it was from about half a year ago, because there's these screenshots that were being shared. So somebody knew it was coming, but you had to be on the inside crowd. And I think something leaked. But of course, I didn't take too much into it. I thought, yeah, whatever. And maybe they are working on something. And even the guy that posted that video even did some quiz the other day. I can't. His username starts with a K or whatever, or whatever. I actually subscribe to him. I can't think of his name. He does other things too, but 11-page changelog, I heard. Yes, absolutely. Oh, the overtaking of AI is in the works. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the regions is confusing as hell unless there is something coming soon. I don't know. We don't know these things. We don't know any of this shit. We're they don't. There's places that don't like speculation unless, what the hell are you supposed to do? You got nothing more to speculate because the information's not there, or you got to figure it out. And there's a lot of information. They got a friggin' YouTube channel. They could be going like crazy, showing all kinds of things. But they never did it. They might. I mean, if they had somebody like me who actually, not criticize it, obviously they don't want any criticism, but if they had somebody like myself who digs deep into these things and actually shows you what you can do with this thing, like really pushes it to the limit, all of a sudden that might get some interest. Perhaps. If I did the videos properly and, wasn't doing a live stream format, but actually did the video and the editing and all that other stuff. I could go through and show you all these different ways that I've gone about doing it in the past. And the thing was, it was taking too much resources for me to monitor every track's occupancy. Because what I was doing is, back in the day, I was in Barstow. Actually, no, I did it for Waycross towards the end. And it just knocked the hell out of the system. I would create these industry tracks all over, and I laid every single one of them because I wanted to make sure I could actually get a report of every single car that was in that bowl. Just like how the AI hump is not smart enough, well, it doesn't have to be smart enough. You're the yard master in say, Barstow. You're the one that has to release that to somebody to run it. Running the hump is something where you just hand it off to an AI and boom, there it goes. But you're only going to let it do it if it's capable of doing it. So somebody theoretically could be running AI in Barstow. They could be running AI engines from one end to the other. They could be trimming. They could be building trains. They can run the whole friggin' yard. Or, if they want, they could have a friend over or whatever, and maybe you get 2 trims going. Maybe you run a few trains or whatever. It doesn't. I mean, there's certainly I see the benefits, or I see the things that can make this interesting, but I also see where it's missing or unexplained. And like I said, the schedule thing, yeah, I can live without it. It's not a big deal. And I never really worried too much about it. But it'll be interesting to see. And I want to see these things. I want to see how these things play out. So maybe I'll be watching a lot more YouTube. My son does not like this. I know that. He likes Railroads Online. He does not like Run8. He looked. Railroads Online. He loves creating. He loves trains. He goes upstairs. He builds all kinds. He's built all kinds of crazy routes. So he likes doing the creative side. But he also likes. He does like operating. But he says Railroads Online has more of a purpose than Run8. Run8, you just plop cars around and they don't really do anything. And I said, well, the one thing that Run8 does that Railroads Online doesn't is it allows you to slow the what do you call it, process? The processing time. I guess that was the word I was thinking of. So what they've done recently in an update, they're actually speeding up the processing time, which is bad because now you're turning everything into an LTL. LTL trucking, and it was already like that, but at least it took a lot of work and a lot of grinding to get money and to get things. Now I think they're trying to push it so that you can get as much money as possible without grinding like crazy and all that other crap. I'm not too sure about the direction it's going, but hopefully, and they're trying to please everybody. Hopefully there'll be options. Options are always a good thing. And they already have options as far as the difficulty level. They changed the physics. They actually went in and put an option in there to have either the realistic physics. I think there's 5 different levels. They somehow have it set. So if they can do that kind of thing, they can put all kinds of options in. So hopefully we'll get it, but we'll see. Alaska route. Yeah, because they don't want to they can't get anybody else to develop for them or whatever. I'll be okay with Alaska. Put it this way, I'll be okay with Alaska. I don't know why you call it nasty. I'd be okay with Alaska if, and the big if is, how big is it going to be, and am I going to be able to run the whole thing by myself if necessary? If the answer to that is yes, then all of a sudden you've got my interest. So in the end, I suppose Run8 and all the other forms of Railroad Sims games for each offer something. I suppose the communities, especially if it helps keep youngins out of deeper troubles. Don't worry, they're out of deeper. Well, I shouldn't say they're out of deeper troubles, but they're certainly not working. Not that much anyway, so they don't want to. Which game is this about? Oh, okay. This is about Run8. Run8 version 3 dropped yesterday on the 25th. So this is all more about Run8 than it is Railroads Online. Railroads Online ain't going anywhere. I'll tell you that right now. I may scale it back a bit to try to fit Run8 in. If I go with this, I'm really hesitant. I want to because, put it this way, if it was free like Train Sim World, I would have already downloaded it. I would have taken a look at it. I would have did it. I'm not spending $50 US out of curiosity. I need to know. I need to know what I can do and then see how it does it and how it handles different situations. I've already got a confirmation at least that it goes into a yard. That's a good thing. What I'm not too sure about, does it actually line itself into a track in Barstow? Because Barstow's got electronic switches. So does West Colton. He was talking about West Colton. If it's smart enough to line itself into a receiving track that's available, that's a bonus. Because then you can run a bunch of trains up to Barstow and hump it whenever the hell you want. Then you can do other things. That to me is a huge bonus. Because now all of a sudden I'm looking at that and thinking to myself, okay, well, I can run Barstow, but I can also, run a mainline train if I want, or I can run a local switcher. If I want to just run the Mojave sub, I can run the Mojave sub. The other ones don't matter. All the other ones can just pop up the screen, and I could just load up the one region. I could load, say, Mojave, maybe Needles. As far as I know, I don't even have to load up Needles. I think I can just load up Mojave, and Barstow's included in that, or is Mojave Barstow Needles the original? Basically, I can get around with not even installing the other routes that I already own. Depot troubles. What is meant by depot troubles? Depot troubles? Are we talking the depot? Did I miss something? I don't know what depot troubles you mean. Did I say something about depot troubles? I don't think I was talking anything about depot. Somebody must have. I don't know what that means. Beats me. But depot troubles. What is meant by, oh boy, a depot scout lurks about? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Hold on here. I think version 2 merged Mojave and the rest together. Oh, no, Mojave and Needles. Not Cajon. Cajon's still separate. Mojave and Needles, I think. I thought I heard depot troubles. No? I don't know what the depot's doing. If we're talking about the depot, like the Run8 depot, I don't know what's going on. I got no issues with Run8 depot. They can do whatever they want. They do it their way, and they have their business. Whatever. If anything, this makes some of the bigger. It makes even some of the bigger servers even more relevant, I think. So, I mean, if they're relevant to people, that's great. Good for them. But no, they don't have any troubles that I know of. They'll be fine. They'll have their followers, and they'll do fine. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by depot troubles. So, anyways, I'm not going to ask any more about depot troubles because I don't know what that means. Version 3. Version 3, yes. Did I miss something again? I'm missing a lot of things here. Yeah, no. Oh, whatever. I'll just disregard it. I don't remember saying anything about depot. But anyways, I've said stuff about depot in the past. That's history. I don't care about that. Long gone. I had more concerns over Run8 than the depot. The depot can do whatever the hell it wants. I don't care. Um, the only thing I might have said, now that I think about it, was no, I didn't even say it in this. Because the Run8 would talk with people on the depot, but they wouldn't tell anybody else. But I don't care. It's here now, so now it's just a matter of, do I go for it or do I don't? I don't regret buying version 3 at all, just, oh shit, way too much on the plate to eat. Why? What do you mean it's way too much on the plate to eat? They just added a bunch of features and their option menus are all over the place. What does version 3 add? Yeah, I went through this earlier in the video. You want to go to Run8 Studios and check the updates. Check the change log for it. There's 9 pages of information. There's also stuff that's coming on YouTube that I can't provide because I don't have Run8. As long as the communities keep on loving me, I'll be in 7th heaven. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I will ever host Run8 again. I probably will. See, now Quincy's little prediction of me getting back into Run8. Now, see, you weren't talking about version 3. You thought I was going back into version 2. There's no way I was going back into version 2. Version 2 was dead, and there was nothing that could save it or whatever. So, but I'm just yapping here now. But no, I have to make some time. How much time I'll make, I really don't know. How much time I have. There was once upon a time where I had a lot of free time, but I don't anymore. I see my son quite a bit now because where I live, he's just upstairs. He'll come down and watch wrestling at 8 o'clock. I mean, Mondays and Thursdays seem to be. I mean, generally I have 9 o'clock on, although I do Railroads Online every night except tonight. So where that goes from there, I don't know. I may have to decide and make a decision. Maybe on Tuesdays I'd do some Run8 on a Tuesday. So obviously I'm thinking about these things. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about ideas of doing it. I just literally, probably, I don't know what it was, a few months, I think it was prior to Railroads Online actually, or maybe it was after. No, it was before because I was still downloading stuff off of Steam. I literally got rid of Run8 off my hard drive. The rail driver's been sitting around for probably a year and a half now. Yeah, versions. First time you heard about it, that's because it just happened today, and there was no announcements about it. That's the whole thing with them. That's their whole MO or whatever the hell you want to call it. They just release suddenly they won't tell you anything about it. They won't pump it up. They won't market it. They won't do nothing. They don't let anything out about it whatsoever. I mean, they added turntables. Whoopee shit. I don't care. Some people that'll make happy. Okay. The only place they got a turntable right now is in LA. As far as I know, I could be wrong. I don't think they have one up in UP, but I could be wrong. They used to have one there, but most of the places they don't have turntables anymore. Not for the era they're trying to do. We have turntables, and our turntables in Railroads Online don't even work. They were working, but they're not now, which is okay. We've gotten around it, but here, I'll show you. If you haven't seen pictures, the latest pictures, I'll go through me album. I think I have to delete a lot of this because really go with the latest. This is from the beta, but this was the first meet that we had at East River Siding. So I was running literally across the map to meet these guys, and this guy was freaking had a helper on the back end. Whoops, where was it? Yeah, that's a helper unit. That's the back end of him. I was like, you actually ran with a helper? But this is the newest route that we built, and we did this after the upgrade. So you can see, like, I mean, when my voice, I passionately speak about this. I'm not big on steam trains. This was when we were constructing the siding, after we constructed it. And, you know, there's a lot of fun, different interactions there. This bridge is freaking huge. Actually, it's two of them. But, it's a lot of fun. That's our, they've been pumping out the wood a lot lately, so. This is the flyover to get onto. This is the beginning of the East River sub now. So there's a flyover because there's no room over here, so I had to fly it over this way just to get it to start climbing the grade. Another meet there, but I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, that's right outside of the sawmill yard. So, well, Railroads Online's awesome. I have a blast with that. The unit I said I would never get, the Heisler. That's fun. Fun little unit. Whoops! Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. The, where is it? I have it. I had it there. Oh yeah. This was after a derailment, and then the caboose was teetering the one way, and it somehow teetered itself underneath the bridge somehow. I don't know how the hell it did it, but it did. Fob job. That's been renamed to boob job. So yeah, there's train on the top there, train down below. That was when we had the winter scene. Once we got the beta, they got rid of the winter scene, which was good. Oh yeah, another. Iron ore loading. This is the yard of the iron ore. It's changed a bit. That's the beauty about this too, is we can go in, we can. I was following the one train down there, but another derailment. I forget what happened there. Take a lot of pictures of the derailments when they do happen. I try to keep them few and far between. I used to do it like once every session by accident. I'm getting pretty good at watching my switches now, watching my speeds. They don't have speedometers in these things, so you gotta kind of trial and error, figure out. It's another one. I don't know. String lines, all kinds of other things. Another derailment. I mean, this is going back. This is like months of data. Got a spiral bridge there. Can hang in lanterns of various marker lights like red, green, white. The turntable when it worked. It's temporarily bugged for some reason, we don't know. So they tried to fix it and they actually made it worse because it moves now too much. Anyways, lots of good stuff. But yeah, that's my main passion, and that's the thing now is, you know, you only have so much time. I haven't done American Truck Simulator. I miss American Truck Simulator. And no, I haven't had time to do it, and nor will I. Because now, you see, I'm still talking like I'm going to get this, which is scary as hell. I'd probably try to use some sound. Well, yeah, sound can work. The best way is if you have the way they did in the prototype was they would the transmission or the telegraph poles. That's how they would measure how fast they were going. But Scott was already saying, Sean, you'll be into version 3 at some point. It's a given. We're a unique pair along with other old heads. We've had our time shine. Next gen has taken charge. I'll be in at some point. He's so sure. He might be right. I'm not going to argue with him. I wouldn't argue with Quincy on this one, because now it's version 3. So Railroads Online, that's basically it. It's Railroads Online is very cool. It is a you basically build your own lines, you run them, you operate them. It's got industries, interactive industries. It's Steam era, which is fine. 1880s is where it starts out, so it's a lot of fun. But anyways, I'm supposed to give my friend a call, so I should end this. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Manage videos. Where the hell am I? I don't know where I am to... Oh! Do I have to go into that? Which is fine. No. I want to go into... I don't know how to end this. Okay, well, whatever. Here. Go into here. Let's go live. Should take me to it again. But anyways, that's it for now. I just thought I'd mention that. And yeah, keep letting me know what you guys hear. If you hear any news about some of the things I'm looking for, let me know. I am curious. I'm not that curious just yet. I don't want to waste my money on something that I'm going to regret. I don't want buyer's remorse, put it that way. So no, I'm not just going to buy it for the sake of buying it. Just out of curiosity. I'm not doing it for curiosity. I'm either going to do it because I want to do it, or, you know, if I'm dreaming and I think this is... My son thinks I'm going to get bored of it. He saw that and he thinks I'll get bored of it. That's what he told me, so we'll see. But anyways, that's all for now, guys. I got to call my buddy. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. See ya.